Hello everyone, Mr. Nacho here, and today I wanted to share with you the build that I am using to farm the boss rush mode. It's extremely powerful, doesn't really require too much investment, doesn't require any specific legendary power. In general, does a ton of damage. I'm usually like the top damage even against people that have like the sharpshooter legendary power, and it's almost impossible to go down with this build because of how much lifesteal you have. This is a second iteration of the build that I've already done before, which is the Invoker Gunslinger Quickdraw build. We are using Invoker as a prime to get double skill charges and to reduce our cooldowns whenever we use a skill. And we have Way of Kaeula because it gives us haste, it deals damage to enemies, and it's in general very good. When it comes to Gunslinger, obviously we are using the Quickdraw skill. It's very powerful. The few things about it is that it always goes for more or less the center of the mass, which is good because some enemies have their weak spots there, and actually a lot of them do. And the other thing is that it always crits. It's very important it always crits because we have the probability cord, which straight up just boosts our damage by 20%. Then we have the Black Pawn stamp, which reduces cooldowns of skills by 10%, further cooldown reduction by the Burden of the Rebel, and then on top of it a little bit more with Sapphire Dreamstone, because we will always be critting with the Quickdraw. The Nebula can also crit, so our cooldowns will come back very quickly. And then we have the Legacy Protocol, just because we need this a little bit more cooldown reduction. As you can see, the cooldown reduction right now is minus 80%, so we are capped. When it comes to the armor, I'm using this one because it's the heaviest one in the game, and as you can see, I'm still at a lightweight. I'll tell you why in a moment. When it comes to the relic, I'm using the Profane Heart because this is based on Lifesteal to get your HP back. Whenever it comes to the weapons, the one I would highly recommend is obviously the Krell Axe with Tainted Blade to apply Corroded, so that you can deal even more damage with your Quickdraw. And then Nebula with Feedback, just to be able to have your Nano Swarm up as much as possible. This basically just lets us apply Corroded, which is the most important part. And the other thing is that it will proc our Sapphire Dreamstone every now and then, which is also very good. When it comes to the main gun, you don't really even have to have a gun. You can honestly just play this build with skills only. You can just unequip the gun, but if you want to optimize it a little bit, I went for the coach gun with Harvester Bots and Spellweaver, so whenever my skills are on cooldown, I can just pop Harvester Bots to get even more lifesteal to me and all of my teammates as well, which is great. And Spellweaver will basically just reduce the cooldowns a little bit. When it comes to the traits, we have Gifted and Ammo Reserves. Even though Ammo Reserves are absolutely useless, Gifted is, well, it's okay. We don't really need it for Quickdraw anyway, but it's okay for the Way of Kaeula. Then we have Swiftness, because we want to run through the boss rush as quickly as possible. Then we have Fortify, because we have a lot of armor. Then we have Strong Back, which is not really necessary with the setup that I have, but in general you would want this. And the best armor to use with this, with Strong Back, would be just the High Noon set. It gives you the most DR with Strong Back, while still being a light armor. But I have a legendary perk that lets me equip this armor, so that's what I will use. I just wanted to show you that you don't really need to have a perfect legendary or a damage one even to be able to use this build fully. All you need basically is like 2 fragments and you should be good to go. So this will be a perfect one to just farm your other prisms and farm resources and new items and whatnot. Then we have Flashcaster, obviously, because we want to use our abilities as fast as possible. And as you can see, our cast speed is plus 70%, which is very good. Then we have Vigor, because we want to be tanky. We have Expertise, because skill cooldowns are the core of this build. Then we have Siphoner to heal, Fitness to not really have to heal, because we will be able to evade things. And then we have Leech again, to triple down on our lifesteal. Alright, now the biggest part of it is the fragment. Right now, I'm rocking this one, and as you can see, I have the fleet-footed perk, increase dodge weight threshold by 100, so I can just use the heaviest armor and still light roll. This doesn't impact my damage at all. If you could get the one that halves your cooldowns, or even the Jack of all trades that increases your damage by 45%, or even the weak spot one, it would be much better than what I have right now. But again, I just wanted to show you that you don't need a perfect prism for this build to work. Literally any legendary power will work. What is important though is the meta, which is the crit damage, because we will be always critting with our Quickdraw, and weak spot damage, because we will be hitting the weak spots quite a bit. Then skill cooldown, obviously 10%, you don't need to fuse it with health regeneration because, I mean, it's not really much. It's 1 HP per second, so it's barely noticeable. Then we have Flash, which gives us cast speed. Again, you don't need to fuse it with use speed because it's useless. I just did it because, well, I could. Mage, we don't really use mods that much. We only use Nebula. The damage on it doesn't really matter. The power generation is okay. And then we have the skill damage, which is very important. So the only ones that you really need is skill damage, crit damage, skill cooldown. Cast speed is nice as well, so you need 4 different pieces. I'm sure that this is something that you can do. And on top of it, we have the skill cooldown here, skill damage and crit damage. So these are the only important things that are in the build. When it comes to concoctions, I'm just using the mud to snake oil to get one bonus one, and I'm using as a basis the mud to tonic. Right now, I got the evade distance, which is fine. The healing and sustain of this build is absolutely insane. So without further ado, let's just do a quick boss rush of 3 bosses to show you how it's done. Alright, so here is the boss rush. Let's just do it live. I'm very confident at this build. Let's just go. Yeah, we can just run through. As you can see, you don't really need to aim. Everything will just die if you press your quick draw button. And as you can see, we are getting some red numbers as well, which means there are weak spot hits. And this guy is in the wall for some reason. That's okay. And he's done. As you can see, the damage in it is absolutely insane. It was an aberration and it had an elite inside of it. Alright, whatever. We don't even care about the power up that we can get in here. The build itself is self-sufficient. You don't need anything. But if you want to get something, health regeneration, max health, skill damage, chance to summon a black orb that sucks in enemies, all of those are great. Right. I just want to activate this one. Okay, let's go. And maybe let's try to stop him. Great. If we can angle it correctly, yeah, we can just explode his things and then just do only weak spot damage. He's just going down like there's no tomorrow. And he can throw things at us, we don't really care. We are healing back way more damage than he can do. Yep, and he's dead. Let's go. I'll just skip it. The best one here would be the weak spot damage or damage reduction, but I will do without those, just to show you how powerful this build can be. Alright, Lawsome. This is the small guys. It will just go to their chest, the damage from Quickdraw, so it won't be really a hit weak spot. Oh, and also these guys are extremely tanky, so it's not gonna just one-shot them. But as you can see, we are dealing with them quite easily anyway. And also this is on Apocalypse, obviously. Yeah, we almost went down there, but I mean, we are just getting our HP back a lot. There's quite a lot of enemies, but we can just handle it very easily. Yep, I have a better gun, baby. Yeah, let's go. Another area done. If you weren't as, well, unskilled as I am and you actually dodged a little bit, then this wouldn't even be a close call. It would just be a breeze. Let's see the witch, the sunken witch. It should be pretty easy as well. The thing is, again, it will go for the center of her mass, which will be her chest, which won't be really a weak spot. But, I mean, you can just hold down the thing and aim it at her head. It works as well. But honestly, this build is just for farming. I don't want to have to aim, so I'll just go and do it normally. She's running away already. She has empathy, so we don't want to use our relic. Trapper as well, so we don't want to dodge. But that's okay, we don't need to dodge. We are very, very tanky. Where is she though? Is she coming? Yep. Alright, let's just unleash on her. And again, and again, and again. She's trying to damage us, but it's not really working for her very well. And she's running away again. Okay. As you can see, the lightning takes care of the pigs. The nebula is also killing everything around us. And it also is giving us intel on where the lady is. She's just about to go down. And yeah, there we go. Let's continue. Right here, the best one would be Vortex, because the black hole on hit is extremely powerful. It will just group up enemies, and whenever you use the wave of Kaeula, it actually does a ton of damage. So it would be very, very nice. Also, Quickdraw fires 6 bullets at once, so you have 6 chances to summon the black orb, which is, you know, very, very good. Alright, let's go to the last area and then the last boss. It should be very, very simple. Yep, they just die to the wave, no biggie. They are flying, but we don't need to aim at all. We just press the button and then it takes care of itself. There seems to be an elite in here. Alright, and it's dead. Yeah, I don't even need to do much. Again, right here something like skill damage would be absolutely crazy if you go for the 19 boss one. If you can get it to +5, this will be 50% skill damage. Well, which is way more than you need, but it would be very, very good. Again, Aberration just went down also immediately. This is on Apocalypse, the hardest difficulty you can get, but it's not really even a challenge anymore. This will be Phelan. I don't know which one we'll get, but it shouldn't be a problem either way. Okay, let's just use our skills. We don't have the nebula stack. Now we have. Okay, just let me use my skills, buddy. Alright. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Take this to the face. Take this to the face. Yeah, and he's already running away. We can just quickly deal with the orbs that he spawned. Let's wait for the second phase. Our cooldowns are coming back up very, very nicely. One for the road. He resisted it, obviously, because you can damage him in this phase. That's fine. Let's just pop this. I don't even know what it does, but that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, these are dead. You can come to me now. Yep, and the last phase. He will be running around a lot, but we have a lot of burst damage, so that's not a problem. We just need to dodge the swords falling down. We will be fine. Or we don't have to even. It's okay, either way. Almost. Very, very close. And he's dead. Nebula got him, I think. Or something else, maybe the lightning or something, I don't know. There's so much damage happening all around you when you have it activated that you don't really need to worry about too many things. Let's just see. Damage dealt 230,000, which is very, very respectable. It took me like 8 minutes while I was also not really speedrunning it. And I was missing the power-ups and whatnot. This would be, I think, the best way to just farm it. It's 10,000 XP, but if you do the 19 boss rush one on Survivor, it's going to be a breeze with this build, and you'll get about 100,000 XP, which is a ton, and you'd be able to level up your prisms very, very easily. The thing with prisms is that you can actually use one for the entire run, but right before the last boss, just swap to a new one that you want to level up, and then whenever the run finishes, it will feed all of the XP that you got into this single prism. So you can actually use a fully upgraded one and then level up the other one as well. You don't need to use the weak one whenever you are trying to level, because it would be, well, pointless really. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this showcase. I have a lot of fun with the new prism system. I'm testing a lot of different legendary powers, I mean the ones that I can get, and it's gonna take a long time to finish up every single build. But I have a lot of time on my hands, so I'll just get right on that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.